What's up? What's up? What's up? For those who are watching on the replay, let's go. Let's do this. All right. Let's get the decks out. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Bam, bam. Let's put this over here. Let's put this down here. Okay, cool. I need a bigger table here. What's up? Hi. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Hi, Kirsten. Thank you. I like the lights. I'm a light person. Hi, Zuli. How are you? It's nice to see you again. Hi, are you in Virginia, or is your name Virginia? What's up? What's up? What's up? Same. It's nice to be seen. Oh, in Virginia. I was like, oh, she's trying to confuse me. What's up? What's up? How is everybody? How are you feeling? Happy full moon, or I can't remember if it's full moon today or yesterday or whatever, but it's still the energy of the full moon's there, whichever way. So I offer both free and paid. You're drained but motivated. That's awesome. It's still there. Sometimes you gotta take what's there and accept it and just roll with it. You gotta roll with it. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm feeling good. How's everybody feeling? Yes, that. Okay, so I am watching. I'm doing well. The 3 moon events. I know there's 2 full moons, but what's the other moon event? Is it Miho? Hold on. Or MJ. So let me get my shit together here for a minute. So yes, I am offering free and paid readings tonight. My name is Angelica. For those who don't know me, I'm a reader, I'm a healer, a bridge, a catalyst. It's pretty simple, but you know, I can facilitate a lot. Hi, Jodie Foster. It's nice to have a celebrity in the house. Oh, full and blue. Okay, new moon, full and blue. Yeah, all of that Leo season, man. Phew, man. But yeah, we are doing free and paid readings tonight. Let's see. Let me make a quick side note. Right. Quick. Okay. All right. So. So you get it. You get it. All right. For the free readings, is it who you feel connected towards? Yeah, I just kind of, so I'm going to explain all that, but yes. So I am offering free and paid readings tonight, okay? Free readings, paid readings, and paid services, okay? So the free readings, I consider them kind of mini readings. They're kind of be concise, compact, and it's going to be like a short answer type of situation, okay? So the free mini, oh, whoa, I gotta like put this up. I moved my camera. Okay, so you leave a comment with your name and a question. The more specific you can be, the more specific the answer, the information. However, keep in mind for the free mini readings, it's going to be a short answer. Okay, so you might not get all of the details that you would in like an in-depth reading, okay? You can be general, open, health, career. Notice I didn't put love on there. I feel like I'm being geared or veered away from love readings. However, if I'm called to you and you want a love reading, and you know what I mean, if that's what you feel called to, then we'll just roll with it, okay? But I don't do pregnancy or fertility, okay? And then like with the free mini readings, it's one question only if you have a question, okay? As for the paid readings and the paid services, for the paid readings, it's $20 minimum. You can pay more if you want, if you feel called to. All the links to donate are in my profile, so Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated, because I don't always get notified right away. Okay? And I don't want to miss anybody. All right? Hello, hello, hello. All right. And so my paid services are as follows. So 20 for readings. These are just the paid services. Okay? 33 for energy work and or energy clearing. With energy work, I always ask you what your intentions are, and we work with your intentions. And I also connect to your highest self, and we bring in whatever the highest self wants. Is saying, like, basically is the best for you. Okay. And then I also do mediumship. Okay. So that's connecting with past loved ones, etc. You know, loved ones that have passed. And I also do multi-dimensional mediumship. So connecting to guides, connecting to multi-dimensional aspects of you. And we can do it that way. And those are 33 each. Okay. And so we're going to get started with the free mini readings. And I just have fun with the free readings up until I get if there's paid readings that come in, then paid readings go first. But until then, we dive deep with the mini free readings. Okay. In private, or it's live. Okay. I do offer private readings one-on-one, and I offer private readings like recorded readings. With my private readings, one thing I really love to do is, because I'm really great at energy work, I love to combine energy work with reading. So my private readings are actually a combination of a reading and some type of energy transmission. Sometimes it's a clearing, sometimes it's an activation, sometimes it's like whatever it is that your higher self brings in to help you integrate the information to help support you. Okay. So if you are into a free reading, I'm going to start scrolling through the comments. And I don't do fertility readings. Okay. So my free readings are as follows, right? Leave a comment with your name and a question, right? It could be general, / open, health, career, but I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings. It's just not my bag. And then if you do have a question for the free mini readings, it's one question only. I've noticed sometimes people have like a ton of questions, but if you do have a ton of questions, I would invite you to do a private reading, because then you can ask all the fucking questions you want. So mediumship is a paid service. Okay. Melanie, mediumship is a paid service. Okay. Let me just connect to the space and to the collective in the space. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, because without you, I can't do what I love. And I really love to connect with people in this way. Okay. So it's always my intention that each person, whether you receive a personal reading or not, whether it's paid, whatever, that you receive from the space exactly what it is, whatever medicine it is that you need. Okay, I do feel, let's see. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I actually am feeling called to you, Zuli. You said you're open. Okay, so I'm going to connect to you. And then see what comes through. Okay, all right, there you are. It's really interesting. When I connect to your energy, I almost see like this, it's almost like a shower of green light. There's a little bit of blue up at the top, but there's like a shower of green light around you. To me, green typically will take me into the heart, to the heart chakra. What I'm feeling for you is, it's funny that you said open always. I actually feel openness. That's the word that's coming in. So let me kind of just, okay. All right. So this is really interesting. I'm not, I'm like, wait, how does this go? So take this however it resonates. But there's, I keep hearing like openness and receptivity. Oh, okay. All right. So it's about openness and receptivity, like I said. Openness of the heart, receptivity of the heart. So to me, let me tune in. There actually feels like it's not big, it's not thick, but it does feel like there's a bit of a, I would say like a fence. It's not like a big brick wall or anything like that. I would say there's like a fence around the heart, like a slight boundary where it's like you're open and you're receptive, but it feels like your guides, your higher self want to bring your awareness to like the little tiny boundary, like little fence. I kind of see it as like a chain link fence around your heart. It's like some things can get through, but like there's still a boundary around the heart. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this is about like openness and receptivity, and that chain link fence is going to filter some things to get through your heart. Rather than fully receiving it, fully being open, fully being able to fully receive also affects our ability to receive abundance and to receive the perception of abundance. So there's something around that, okay? Since it's like a free little mini reading, I can't get into all of the things, but I just keep seeing like a little chain link fence around the heart. And I would maybe feel into that, see what it feels like, see what comes up for you. But that's kind of what I'm feeling for you, okay? Oh, really? You had a heart surgery scare? Um, that's interesting. You sent a Cash App, Kirsten? Okay, let me. Oh, okay. So you want mediumship. All right. So Kirsten, you're on my list. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Kirsten. Okay, so oh, your heart surgery scar. Okay, scar. Hi, Kate. Kate Leanne. Is it Kate Leanne? Or is it Kate Leanne? Is it two? It's nice to have you here. Thank you for being here, beautiful. Oh, you had, okay, so you had, I'm still scrolling through the comments. You had open heart surgery when I was a baby and you have a pacemaker. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would just say feel into it and see what it feels like. It could be the pacemaker thing, but it feels like it's a little deeper than that. Like maybe I would say what caused the like almost the quote unquote malfunction. I don't mean it like that. The situation happened with the heart that caused the pacemaker. It feels deeper than the pacemaker to me. But I would invite you to feel into that. Oh, Kate Leanne. Either way, it's nice to have you here, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, for sure. Zuli, feel free to reach out to me or book on my website. I would be so fucking honored to do a private reading with you. Yeah, no, it's a malfunction. A malfunction. Well, it's all in our perception, right? So that's why I was like, quote unquote, not really a malfunction, but like there was a situation. It's almost like sometimes we come in with these things, because I had a heart thing. I think I had a hole in my heart when I was a kid, or when I was a baby. Like I was born breech. There was like this whole trauma with my birth. And you know, I was in the ICU for like 2 weeks or whatever, had a hole in my heart, had all kinds of things. But come to find out, when I've done like healing around the heart, you know, there was like just like major heartbreak and just major feeling, just like, you know, super disconnected, super like just disconnected from the heart space. And what I found is, you know, those experiences that we have, or those complications in the heart, or things like with the heart, it can mean, you know, heartbreak, heartache, stuff around the heart. So there's there. You tried to come out limited edition. I feel you. All right, Kirsten. So my dear Kirsten, you paid for mediumship. First of all, thank you. Have you seen me do mediumship before? And there is 2 types of mediumship that I offer. So I offer mediumship connecting to like a past loved one. And I also do multi-dimensional mediumship, which, let me know what kind of mediumship you want. And have you seen me do you know what my process of doing mediumship is? Let me know, Kirsten. Oh, you have not. Okay, I'd like to connect with past loved ones. Okay, cool. So we can do this one of 2 ways. You can be open to receiving who wants to come through. Mind you, I have had in the past people who have like come and they're open and they're unable to identify. That doesn't always happen. It's actually a rare occurrence, but it does happen. Or you can be very specific of like, I want this person. That tends to be a little bit easier, because it gives me a place to focus, rather than sometimes it's a little bit more obscure if you're like open, but either way works. Okay. Open. All right, cool. Right on. Let's do this then. That's so funny that I wrote your name down wrong. I wrote your name down as Kiernan instead of Kirsten. I'm going to correct that. Okay. All right. So you're open. I'm just going to, okay. Before I get started, how it works is when you're open, I already feel somebody. I already feel somebody coming through for you. But how this works is there's kind of a 2-part thing. Is the person comes forward, we begin to identify them, and the identification process is just for you to validate this is the person that's coming through for you. Okay. And the second part is they will typically have some kind of message for you, right? Sometimes, because of the nature of the work that I do, they typically, a lot of times, A lot of times they will have me facilitate some kind of energy work or energy transmission or sound codes or something, so as to kind of support you from that realm, okay? So now that I have done my spiel, I'm just kind of set some parameters and intentions that only the highest ascended loved ones are able to come through from your bloodline, from your ancestry, okay? Okay. I do have a woman coming across. Standing to my left, and left will always indicate a female, okay? This feels more like a mother figure type. So if this is not like your mother, it's like a mother figure. Sometimes I can come across as aunt. Sometimes it's confusing because I'm like, wait, what? You're coming through as this, but it's not that. So we're going to dialogue. We're going to figure out who this is, okay? Do you have like either a mother or a mother figure that's passed? I'm actually getting like blonde, not, okay. I get two different distinct images. I'm hearing blonde, but I'm also seeing like very blonde. And I'm seeing like it stacked on the head. So I'm trying to figure out which is true, or if they're both true, or if none of them are true. Okay, so like white. Okay, so this does make sense. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. Can you identify this person? Is it in fact your mom, or is it like a mother type figure? Like I'm getting blonde, super blonde hair. It's like the way that I see it is stacked, but sometimes the way they give me images and they're not necessarily meant to be like translated literally. Platinum blonde. This is going to sound confusing. I believe it's my sister's grandmother. So is it like a half sister? Is it like a half, or is it still? Oh, wow. Her birthday was yesterday. Okay, that gives me chills. I would say. But you can identify, in fact, this person. Half sister, yeah. Okay, so we know who's coming through. There's the first part. There's the first part. I'm just kind of listening and feeling in, okay? She always had her hair stacked. Yeah, that's how I see it. I'm like, it's just stacked on stacked. I'm like, wow, okay. All right. So this is the person that's coming through, okay? She has a message for you and she has some energy for you. This feels like it's about the divine feminine, okay? We all have masculine, feminine energy. This feels about like, it's more about your internal feminine energy, as well as, because our internal energy, whether it's masculine, feminine, neutral, androgynous, whatever, it expresses outwardly. And what I'm getting from it is the sense of internal, kind of how I just described that, the internal expressing externally, but like also both sides of it, you know, externally expressed, internally expressed or repressed, and how that flows from you. Okay. I know it might sound confusing, it might sound confusing, it might not, but we're going to get into it a little bit deeper. Okay. First off, I don't know if she spoke like this, but this is what I'm hearing to relay. Okay. It's like a thank you, but what I'm hearing in my head is like I want to say, thanks, darling. And I don't know if she used the word darling or anything like that, but that's how it's coming through. Okay. So there's to me, when I hear darling, sweetie, honey, etc., it's more like a term of an endearment to express their love for you. Okay. So there's a lot of love coming through. She's like, thank you for hearing, for listening to that inner voice. She said, that was me. That was me. That was me whispering in your ear. Okay. And there's something that she kind of wants to explain. That even though this was like your quote unquote half sister's grandmother, there's no separation. They don't feel separation when we've ascended and we've crossed over. We don't feel separation like we might perceive it. Like you're like, oh, this feels, you might perceive it in your own eyes. Oh, this is my stepsister or my half sister's, grandmother, maybe not my own. But that doesn't mean that she didn't feel that when she was alive. And she's also saying, and there's no separation how she sees it. You're still part of her family. You're still her kin, her blood. Okay? Even if you're not connected through like physical blood, there's still a connection. Okay? She wants to acknowledge that. She's acknowledging also the birthday connection. I don't get anything other than that, just other than an acknowledgement of the birthday connection. You said her birthday was yesterday. She's just, I just feel that acknowledgement of that again, okay? She says, okay, here comes the juicy stuff. I'm going to do my best to translate what I hear her saying. Right now, you're on a path which doesn't quite fit. It's not like completely off course, but if you keep going, I'm hearing to give you the analogy that I heard a couple of days ago. Is like if you're on a boat in the ocean and you go like a little bit off course, it's not a big deal, right? But a mile, or if you let the wheel turn a little bit, and it's like, a couple of feet out in front of you, it's no big deal. But like a mile down the ocean, you're completely off course. Okay, so there's almost like awareness around, bringing awareness around things that don't quite fit. Okay, that just don't quite fit because they may be slight now, but a mile down the road, a week down the road, a month, 2 years, 5 years, etc. down the road, it's going to feel completely like, holy shit. Like, now what do I do with this? Okay. So it's like, it's almost like a message coming through of awareness. I keep hearing warning in my head. But it's not like, this big, siren thing going off yet. It's more of like being aware of the things that don't quite fit. Because again, a mile down the road or whatever, metaphorically speaking, it's going to be that much more blatantly obvious of like, oh shit, we're off course here. Okay. So there's just an awareness around that. She doesn't give me like specifics. Typically, spirit, at least through me, doesn't give like, typically spirit wants to, they respect your free will. They respect your choice. Okay. Because we have free will and choice to choose for ourselves. And where you choose to steer your boat is your business, is your choice. And they also, it's also tied into like our, how, feeling empowered in our lives. So it's coming through to help you maybe see what fits, what doesn't fit now, so as to empower you to make those changes now. I hope that makes sense. Let me look. That absolutely, that's how you've been feeling internally. Okay. Yeah, okay. The things that don't fit now are going to be bigger issues later. So it's best to attend to them now before they become a big issue where things, the thing about spirit and our guides and our highest self, they're always like guiding us, right? But we have free will, free choice. And if we're not listening, there's no judgment around that. But if we're not listening and we're like, we keep going and we keep going, quote unquote, off course, next thing you know, we're in a situation that is maybe 10 times, has 10 times more issues than we have to deal with than if we would have dealt with it when it was like a little, a little nudge. Okay. And I get the image of a tsunami. Like then a tsunami comes, and then you have no choice but to change. And sometimes that's it's a way to learn, but we don't have to learn that way. Okay. That's message number 1. She says, there's things in your life that don't fit, and it's important that you pay attention now while they're still smaller. And with that message, I get like that elder vibe, that wise woman. She's been through the things, she's seen some stuff, and she's bringing her elderly advice, that advice of an elder, that wisdom of an elder. So she's like kind of wrapping that up in the grandmotherly elder wisdom of like, it's best to take care of this now. Okay. She keeps taking me back to emphasize this. Okay. This is interesting. I've never done cards with mediumship, but she's telling me to pick a card, and it just fell out. Oh my God. I can't I can't make this shit up. Wisdom. I can't make this shit up. Wisdom. So look at the bottom of this card. Initiation. So you're going through an initiation process of learning how to recognize the little things that don't fit, because those little things that are subtle, that are subtle and nuanced, become big things later, right? So if you look at this in terms of like, if you worked out every day, that would eventually stack upon itself. It would exponentially grow. Each day it's little by little by little by little, but 5 years down the road, it's like you've completely transformed your body, your mind, your life, etc. Okay. So this is the same thing. It can go either way, whether it's negative, positive, neutral, expansive, etc. It can go whichever way. So she's saying wisdom. So this is about learning to heed the internal wisdom. And this is about this, I feel it tie back into your divine feminine. Your divine feminine is wanting to come out, is wanting to explore, is wanting to play, is wanting to expand. But there's something in the way of like, no, no, no. And I feel it coming from the head. No, no, no. I can't do this. I wasn't, you know, maybe like negative self-talk, whatever's going on up here. It's like, nope, nope, I got to come back this way. I got to face reality. I got to get my head out of the clouds. I got to be realistic. I got to be blah, 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 whatever the story is, right? So it's the wisdom card is more about letting that divine feminine flow through you. Be more fluid, be more open, be more expansive, of letting yourself be, letting yourself be, letting yourself explore. Creatively, and letting your internal wisdom guide you rather than having everything pile up little by little by little by little. And then later, you're like, shit, I should have listened. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to listen a little bit more to see if there's anything here. Okay, so the next part is the energy transmission. Is this something that you want to accept and are open to now? Because there's like an energy transmission to help with your, I want to say divine feminine. It feels like there's other little codes and stuff in there. I swear that's how I feel. Yes, I accept. Okay. Oh, all right. So I just want you to take some deep breaths and feel into your heart, Kirsten. And if anybody else is out there that wants to receive the spillover and whatever is in their highest and best good, you can intend to receive for yourself. So Kirsten, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Do whatever you feel. You can keep them open, but that's the invitation. But in any case, I want you to focus on your heart, and I want you to take some deep breaths into your heart, okay? Continuing to take those deep breaths into the heart. So we're kind of clearing some gunk around the heart that's causing distortion and delay is what I hear. Like there's like a delay from like when the heart speaks to actually receiving or perceiving the message. And that's part of like the issue, what's causing the issue here. So I'm going to call in pure source consciousness, and we're going to pull that source consciousness down into your crown. And we're going to clear your whole space. We're going to bring that into your crown, down, 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 and through your head, your third eye, down into your throat, down in through your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Down into the chest, into the heart. And specifically, we're going to clear out the valves in the heart and the veins in the heart. And we're going to work on that cardiovascular system. And we're going to pull that source energy all the way down into the solar plexus, down into the womb space and the sacral, down into your back, your lower back, and down into the hips, the genitals, the legs, the knees, the shins, the feet, the toes, and anchor you down into your Earth Star chakra that's like about 1 to 2 feet below your feet. I'm going to anchor you there. But we're going to work on the heart specifically, okay? So keep your focus on your heart. So I keep feeling, sensing that we're actually working with the valves to open the valves of the heart to receive. Not that there's anything wrong with the heart. It's more like energetically. So you're doing so good. I just want you to keep breathing, taking those deep breaths into the heart. We're clearing like some plaque, some buildup, like energetic buildup, energetic plaque, residue, debris. Ni ele amahas ina ha ina nene ya na no yasi. I know ya sa ana tu 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 hi ana tu 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 mi inini ha ya sekete ole ha sekete ana to u ha sekete o ha ana ta ta ihi seki ale ana to u ye ha se beko ya la ana to u ha sa sha 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 inini oni he na sa ya to 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 te ha na ta 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 ta. So go ahead and take a deep breath. I feel quite a bit of pressure on like in my left arm, kind of into the left side, even in like my left side of my head, just my left side of my body. So it feels like there's quite a bit of pressure being released. Whew. It also feels like we're almost the pressure to not express that divine feminine energy. There's like kind of a slight ache from releasing that pressure. So I don't know if you feel that. I definitely feel that, but that's kind of how I'm sensing it, is like we're releasing a lot of buildup around the heart energetically, and that's increasing flow. And I can feel the ache that of all of the pressure that's built up there and that's been wanting to release but hasn't been able to release, hasn't been able to express. It's been more suppressed, more repressed. I would say suppressed is more the accurate frequency that I'm looking for. But we're removing and clearing all of that. So there's the way I hear it and the way I feel it, there's going to be some pretty significant uplifting shifts in the next couple days. Feeling lighter. So continue to breathe into that heart for me, Kirsten. Okay. So while we've been doing that, pure source consciousness has been running, that liquid white light has been running throughout your body, your field, your auric field, clearing any other stuff, filling any holes or tears or rips in your auric field. So there's a lot of work that's being done in a short, compact amount of time. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna begin to balance the energies. With all of that being said, I'm going to invite you to drink a lot of water in the next couple of days, and just going forward in general, but in the next couple of days especially, to facilitate the flow and to facilitate also, because water is a conductor. So it's going to help to bring this energy into all of the cells, all of the organs, all of the tissues, etc., as well as flush out all of the toxins, okay, that the body has been holding on to. So lots and lots and lots of water. Also always recommend a salt bath. Okay, now that we're done, I'm going to wrap you in a golden egg of liquid light. Liquid golden light. An egg of liquid golden light. To help you transmute, transform, release, clear, alchemize these old energies, and allow whatever needs to come up to come up. Okay. So just allow your own timing, Kirsten. We're just about done with the energy portion of that. So just allow your own timing. Allow yourself to come back to your body, to the room, to the space. No need to rush. I'm just going to check in to see if there's anything else that this beautiful soul wants to say or wants to bring to you. Okay, the last little bit here is there is guidance always. Whether it's from your ancestors, people who have passed over, whether it's from your guides, your highest self, whether it's from the celestial realms, the galactic realms, etc. There's always guidance there. It's more about, are you listening? Are you listening? Are you taking the time to listen? Because as we take the time to listen, we attune ourselves to these realms, to the guidance that much more acutely. We're really distilling down our awareness and being able to actually turn up the volume, so to speak, of that guidance so we can hear it much more clearly when it comes through. So she's saying there's always guidance, but like, are you listening though? Are you listening? Are you taking the time to listen? Okay. So that's kind of a question that she poses. Okay. And I'm just continuing, I'm just finishing up facilitating the energy work. This beautiful soul has stepped out of my field. That usually indicates the end of the reading. But Kirsten, please take your own time coming back to the space and let me know. You're clearing your throat a lot. Let me know how that resonates, or whatever happened. You can share as much or as little. I feel like I've been blocked, so blocked. So yes, 100% chills. It sounds like there's quite a bit that was clearing. And the throat clearing makes sense, because if that's our expression center. So if we're not like if we're suppressing, repressing, swallowing our truth, swallowing, like not being fully authentic or vulnerable, that's pushing down that energy. And so there might have been a lot coming up to be like clearing all that stuff out. I felt super tingly. Yeah, it does make sense. There was a lot of energy moving through and coming through that. If you want to go back and rewatch this, and for whatever reason, Kirsten or anybody else watching, all of the lives here on TikTok are uploaded to my YouTube channel. Okay. I do still need to upload yesterday's live, because I need to clear out my phone, because I don't have enough room. But those will be up. Today's and yesterday's will be up within the next couple days. Okay. I hate to take up your time. Would I be allowed to ask if something else is okay? I can definitely. What's the question? What's the question? I mean, you can. I'm open. What's the question? And if anybody else wants to, is open, I'm gonna stick around for maybe a little bit longer to do some free readings. Yeah, I've just about approached an hour. So if anybody else wants a free mini reading, there are my guidelines. Just leave a name and leave a comment with your name. Question and be general, open. Just no pregnancy or fertility readings. And if it's a question, it's just one question. Where is... Oh, excuse me. Oh, you're one. Okay. I could check in really quick. I've had a friend murdered the week before last. I guess I've been thinking of him and wondering if he's okay. It feels like he's having some difficulty crossing over. It feels like he's sometimes when we're taken out like that, we're not really conscious of what's happening or what happened. And so it feels like he's kind of in between and he hasn't fully crossed over. It feels like he's a little confused and he doesn't quite understand. Okay. And you can always help him, tune into him. And, if that's something that you know how to do, or that you feel called to do, etc., to help him cross over, you can like call in source, call in the light, call in the guides, the angels, etc., to help you, help him cross over. But it feels like he's kind of stuck in between, that he's still confused, and it feels like he's not quite crossed over. He's like almost there, but he's not quite. I feel that he was so thrown off. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, without getting into too much of it, but yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Okay. You're welcome, Kirsten. Thank you. Yeah, I would invite you to, if that's something you feel called to do. You can definitely call in the angels and stuff, and they'll help him cross over. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for the light, or for tonight. Thank you. Thank you for your light. So if anybody else has questions about mediumship, you know what? I wonder, do I typically, so anything around mediumship, asking around like mediumship, are these people okay? Let me fill into that. Okay. Maybe let me fill into that, because I'm not quite sure. Because I typically have mediumship as a paid service, right? And that's $33. So I either do mediumship or multidimensional mediumship. And I know that they're just like super small questions. And I'm like, well, do I just say the things? But like, I don't know. Do I want to do that? I'm not sure. I kind of have to fill into my own boundaries around that. But there's so many people that want that, you know, that want or need that type of let me fill in. Okay, let's fill in right now. I'm just gonna like fill in to see if that feels. Okay, I'll do the, okay, let's do it. Michelle, you asked, you want to know if your son is at peace. I actually see an image of, I get an image of a younger boy. So I don't know if he passed at a young age, or if he was, or if that's how he's showing me himself. But I see him running through like a super green pasture on a really sunny day. Lots of like little like floaties, like almost like cotton or like fairies floating around. So I would say yes. It does feel like that. I feel a lot of childlike play, innocence. So I would say yes. Okay. At 20, I'm seeing like a really, really young boy. So I feel like there is a sense of peace there. Like sometimes the way they come in is either sometimes it's symbolic, you know, to symbolize a certain type of energy. And sometimes that's why I get confused. I'm like, I'm not sure what so that's my job to like discern and figure out all the things. But he comes in very young, like as a young boy. So it feels like, yes, it's like a return to innocence. I would say return to innocence, return to playfulness. You're welcome. Is there a way to tell if the downloads I receive are more than clairvoyance and mediumship? I would ask you how much have you, okay, I would ask you, my dear, who am I talking to? Mary Kate. I would ask you, thank you for your question. By the way, this is a really great question. I would ask you if you know what abilities you have, and if you know how they work. That's typically how you tell. I would say that. Do you know what your abilities are? And do you know how they work? Meaning, as an example, I'm very empathic, clairsentient, very, very clairaudient. So I hear things a lot. I'm also a channel. My channel is very, very open. I'm also very claircognizant. So I just know things. So sometimes, you know, the clairaudience, I'm just hearing things. Sometimes I'm saying things and they're just knowing. Mediumship is the ability to kind of connect to, you know, anything, anywhere, basically. You're an emissary, you're a bridge. So you can connect to those who have passed, or you can connect to guides, you can connect to things. You can connect to like galactics, angelics. I mean, we all can, but like that would be maybe the definition, or a definition, not the definition, but a definition around mediumship. So I would ask you if you know those things. Let me see. Hi Regina, how are you? Did you get my email? It's so great to see you here. Natalie, are you still here, my dear? Natalie asked, is my family in heaven watching over me during my cancer process? Hi Ash. Natalie, you are here. I just got home, so I was going to read it. Okay. Cool. No pressure. I just wanted to make sure that you received it. I'm great. Natalie, you asked if, yeah. Short answer, yes. There's many ascended / crossed over family members watching. They're basically, when I connect to you, Natalie, there's what the image that I see is like you in a hospital bed. This isn't more symbolic than anything, is like you in a hospital bed, and they're showing me like they're like all around the bed. It's almost like I see a rainbow of just faces above the bed. So yes, they are. They're watching over you. They're guiding and helping you and giving you support from that side. Explain how I know without sounding crazy. Are you saying without me sounding crazy? Or without you sounding crazy? Was there anyone else on here? Okay. So for those, you're welcome, Natalie. I hope that helps. Okay. So for those of you who may be new or who have like just came in, my name is Angelica. Hello. And I am a healer, a reader, a catalyst, a bridge. Okay. And that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But I am offering free and paid readings tonight. And if you want to know more about me, you can actually go to my website and read more about what I do, the things I facilitate, look at all of like the different offerings that I have. All right. But I am offering free and paid readings. So the free little mini readings, I'll be on here for maybe a little bit longer to kind of check it out, check out the vibe. Leave a comment with your name and a question. It can also be general, open, health, career. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, and if it's just like a free little mini reading, then limited to one question. Okay, my paid readings. I do have paid services and paid readings. Okay, so my paid readings are donations of $20 minimum. All the links to donate are in my profile, Destiny. That's where all of my my Cash App, my PayPal, my stuff is. And then if you do donate, let me know in the comments that you donated so I can get to you, because all of my paid readings go first. Okay. And then the paid services that I'm offering beside my free mini readings is 20 for readings, like I just said. I offer 33 for energy work and energy clearing, whatever other intentions that you want to bring in. I also am offering 33 for mediumship. And that's connecting with past loved ones who have passed that you might want to connect to or hear, might be open to hearing from. And also multi-dimensional mediumship is 33. And multi-dimensional mediumship is simply connecting to guides, you know, it could be guides, it could be like spirit guides, etc. But to me, it's also, we could be connecting to multidimensional aspects of you. So other aspects of you that exist on different planes of consciousness or different dimensions. So it could be in the angelic realm, it could be in the galactic realm, etc. That's multidimensional mediumship. Okay. No worries, Regina. Whenever the timing is right, it's always divine. Okay. So, oh, you paid. All right, let's see. Okay. So, I see that you paid for a love reading, my dear. Do you have a specific, I was going to say, do you have a specific question? Do you have a specific question regarding love? Or do you just want, are you open to receiving whatever it is around love? What I've noticed is that when sometimes we have like a certain idea and a certain expectation, but if we're not specific enough, or maybe we don't know how to articulate that question, then Spirit brings you what you need. Either way, you're going to get what you need. Okay. And thank you for that donation, Destiny. I appreciate that. And I'm going to put you on the list. Whatever is around me or comes out in the cards, I don't want to put a specific question. So you can be open to receiving with, okay. I love this because that allows you to receive exactly what you need. Okay. All right. So let me just connect to your field, your energy. Very interesting. So when I connect to your energy, I see rainbows. It's like rainbows all around you. So you're asking love, like kind of whatever, kind of generally open to whatever comes in around love. Okay. I'm hearing we're gonna pull a couple cards here. Just asking what messages, insights around love that want to come in for Destiny. The most benevolent outcome, the highest and greatest good of herself and of all. I feel like there's 2 to 3 cards. Okay. All right, I got that. A lot of times when it takes a minute for cards to fall out, that's also information for me. Oh, there we are. You can't make this shit up. Okay, I think there's another card in here somewhere, though. You're going to laugh at this first. At this first card. Okay, there it is. All right. All right. All right, it's a lot of information. Just slow. Okay, so your first card is patience. Your first card is patience. And if you look at the bottom here, we're in Lyra, right? The Lyra star system, or Lyra, however you want to pronounce it. And this is about awareness, patience. So I was laughing at it because I had just said, I was shuffling the cards, no cards were coming out, and that is also information. And it was like patience. Let me just listen for a second. So as it pertains to a love reading, right? You're asking about love. The main thing here is patience. Patience is your first card. I would say this is the main thing, is patience. Okay, patience with yourself, patience with the process, because you're in a process, you're in a cycle. Okay, that's very interesting. They're showing me 3 cycles that you're in. We're always in multiple cycles, whether it's 1 day, 1 hour, 1 year, 12 years, 5 years. We're always in multiple cycles at once, okay? So that's not to say there's only 3. I'm just saying they're showing me 3. So there's, I don't know why, I've never been shown this before, but they're showing me like 3 different cycles that you're in. So the main thing here is about patience, because there's 3 processes, 3 cycles that you're in currently. That is part of a process of coming into a deeper form of love, and that requires internal awareness, internal realization, understanding yourself from the inside. I'm just listening. Okay. And part of they're showing me that was part of the first cycle, the internal love, the deeper self-love. Okay. That was one cycle that they're showing me. Another cycle is the second card that they're showing me, or they're telling me to go to. The second card is discernment. And discernment is really important in this cycle, or in the cycle of discernment is really important because as you connect deeper to your own self-love, learn how to meet your own needs, learn your own inner workings, why you do the things you do, internal self-realization, shadow work, internal work, whatever it is, whatever juicy stuff you decide to do in your internal journey, then you are also connected. There's also, how do I say this? There's also components that come in around discernment of how to be, as you connect to yourself and like your value system, let's say, like I truly value trust. I truly value honesty. I truly value integrity. So if you had those values and you were very much valuing those qualities, and you were like, this is what I value in a person, in a connection, in a relationship, then your discernment is then distilled around that. Does that make sense? So with the inner work that you're being invited to do, your inner realization, that inner self process, that determines your discernment. And discernment is everything, especially when letting someone into your intimate space, your personal space, a potential partner, whether it's intimate, like sexual relations, or whether it's just getting to know each other, right? If you are someone that is doing their internal work and you want to attract someone and you value someone who has done their work, who continues to do their work so you can grow together, you're not going to settle for someone who's not doing their work. Does that make sense? So your discernment is everything. Being connected to yourself and your values and meeting your own needs and knowing how your own internal workings work, it's everything, okay? So these two are very, very intimately entwined. So patience is one of your cycles. Discernment is another cycle, okay? I'm being told to pull a third card here because this is the third cycle. Interesting. Then this one is about releasing. Okay. Releasing comparison. Hi, Chantel. How are you? It's about comparison. So if you look down here at the bottom of the card, we're in the Orion star system, and this is about releasing. Okay. So releasing comparison. So for example, if you're in comparison, constantly in comparison with another person, you might not actually trust, it feels like it could possibly affect a lot of things. It might affect confidence. If you're constantly comparing yourself to others and you're with someone and perhaps they're like, they want to appreciate someone else's beauty, maybe not in a disrespectful way, but like, they're like, oh wow, that person is like dope. They know what they're doing. Or, you know, they give them a compliment, and you're in your shadow and comparing yourself to this other person, and you bring that energy into your relationship, you are projecting your own wounds onto the situation. And if you take that into a relationship, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it is what it is. But if you're taking that into a relationship, that's one of the dynamics you're going to create and recreate until you choose to become conscious of those patterns, those dynamics, and release them. Okay. So there's something about this other releasing of comparison. Okay. That was just an example. I'm not saying that's something that you actually do, but that was just an example I was hearing to like bring in. Okay. So your third cycle that you're in is about releasing comparison. Stop comparisizing yourself to others. Stop comparing yourself to others. You are good enough. You are more than enough, just the way you are, who you are, no matter whether you change or not, because that affects your confidence, right? You're great however you are. But I think the bigger or the deeper realization here is maybe looking within to see if there's, where do you compare yourself to others? Because most of us do this on some level or another, whether it's looking at someone else's social media and being like, dang, their life looks so great. My life looks like shit. Well, you're not seeing the behind the scenes. They're showing you the highlight reels, right? So, you know, it's all relative. So if you come back to yourself, which again brings me back to your first cycle of patience. Be patient with yourself. Come back to yourself. Okay. They're all correlated. So I'm just going to listen to see if there's anything like extra. They bring me back to patience. Be patient. This is going to be a process. That's not to say it's going to be like a long time. It's more determined upon your choices now and what you choose to heal. If you choose to heal, it depends on your process. You know, there's no predicting the future. It's the quote unquote future is just another now moment, right? And it's going to be based on our choices now. Always now, always now, always now. Okay. So if you choose to go into deeper self-awareness, that's a choice that you're choosing, and you got to keep choosing. You got to keep choosing in every moment to become aware, or to be discerning as it pertains to love. And this, another thing that I feel with discernment is more about like, not settling. Don't be afraid to set a high fucking standard for yourself, not in an arrogant way, in a humble, confident way of like, this is what I want. These are the values. These are the qualities of a person that I truly value and that I've been also working on within myself. Because when you're connected to that, again, that's gonna distill and refine your discernment. That's going to call, that's going to attract the right person. And if someone comes in that's not to those standards, or that's not maybe in alignment with your values, that's a filter. Immediately you will know, oh, this person's not for me. We just don't vibe like that. I'm not in resonance with this person or this connection. And then you save yourself a whole lot of like heartache. And I mean, that's one way to learn, right? But we don't have to learn that way anymore. We can learn through distilling and refining down our discernment and creating filters of like being connected to our values. What qualities do I want to attract to me? And working on those qualities within yourself, because then you become a magnet to those qualities. Does that make sense? So that's the extra little bit that I feel about discernment. Don't be afraid to have high standards. Also, you have to be your standards. You have to meet those standards. You can't just have them for someone else and be like, well, I can be whatever I want to you, but you have to be here. That's called uneven power dynamics. And then you're playing a power game, right? So we have to be who we want to attract. Okay? We have to be that person. We have to be that version of ourselves. Okay? And then quit comparing yourself. Quit comparing yourself to others. That feels like it goes back to self-work and inner work. Okay? And that's a choice that you get to make for yourself, whether you do that or not. Okay? Okay, you guys are like, yeah, that's good. You said a mouthful. But that's what I feel for you, dear. Patience, discernment, and release comparison. Okay? Let me know how that resonates, or if it doesn't resonate. Please don't take what doesn't resonate. And with any reading, you always get to decide what it means for you and how to apply it to your life. Chantel, yes, I am a medium. And my mediumship are paid services. Otherwise, I just do like kind of free readings, for, the free mini readings for free. But my paid services are, to get on the list and to ensure that you get paid, or to ensure you get read, is 20 for readings, 33 for energy work and energy clearing. Or whatever other intentions you might have. 33 for mediumship and 33 for multi-dimensional mediumship. Okay, those are my things. Destiny says, thank you. It resonated a lot. I've been struggling recently and that helped a lot. I'm so glad that it resonated. That's why I love to do this. That's why I fucking love to do things, because it's that's why I love to do what I love to do. So I'm so glad. If Chantel, if you'd like to watch me do a mediumship, I would invite you to watch my replays on YouTube. And then you'll be able to see, how it kind of goes, the different things that can happen that are possible. So I would direct you to my YouTube so you can kind of, if that's something that you wanted to watch. I do have to still upload yesterday's TikTok live, as well as I will do that. I got to do tonight's as well. But yesterday we had quite a few mediumship readings that came through, and you can watch that one when I get it when I get it all posted. So if there's anyone else that would like a free reading, let me know. You can leave a comment with your name. You can be general, open, etc. And I'll just kind of scroll and scan the comments to see if there's any others. How's everybody feeling tonight? Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts. Feel free to like the live and share it out if it is something that resonates or that you feel drawn to do. There was someone, let's see, hold on. Beth, you're asking, is Chris the one who I should trust? What I feel when I tune into this question is that you are the one that you should trust. You get to be the one that you trust. Now, when you trust you fully, completely, confidently, 100%, there's none of you that's in doubt of that you trust yourself. It doesn't matter what other people do or how they might, do the things. Then you get to trust yourself to make a decision if that person gets to still be in your life or get access to you or your energy after, whatever decisions, or, if there's an infidelity or if there's things. So I do understand what you're saying, but there's like a reframe that wants to happen around this, okay? It's about seeing it from a higher perspective and understanding that you get to be the one you trust first, always. Hands down, 100%. There's no question about it, okay? You trust you first, and then feel into your intuition, feel into your gut. What does it tell you about this person? What does it tell you about Chris? Because I feel like you're already having signs. And there's a reason why you're asking this, right? You're already having signs, you're already having intuition, but maybe you're not listening. And I'm the kind of reader that's always going to tell you and always going to reorient you. I don't want your power. I want, if anything, I want to inspire you to empower yourself. I want you to remember your power. I want you to rise into and own your fucking power, because you're powerful. Okay? So I would trust yourself. Feel into your trust yourself. What does your gut tell you about Chris? What does your intuition tell you about Chris? And from there, you get to decide if he gets to have access to your trust, to your energy, etc. Okay? So maybe that's not what you want to hear, but that's what I'm feeling to reframe it as. Okay? Do you feel the difference? Do you feel the difference in energy? Oh, that's dope! I love it! Thank you for that. I like it. Thank you. I don't want to hurt him. But the thing is you got to be true to you. And I totally understand not wanting to hurt other people. But here's the thing. Look at it this way. If you're not being true to you and you're not wanting to hurt this person, who are you actually hurting? You're hurting you because you're abandoning you. Right? You're rejecting you. When you say yes to someone else, what you could be saying, not always, but what you could be saying is saying no to you. You could be abandoning yourself. You could be abandoning your own needs, your own need to be authentic to yourself, your own requirement to be authentic and true to your own self. Okay? So, yeah. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the thing. The little hearty thing. Um, you're great, Beth. You're fucking great. You get to choose yourself. You're in power here. Okay? Remember that. And thank you. It is an honor and a pleasure to be a facilitator and to be a conduit. Mandy, you needed to hear it as well. I'm glad. That's how these group things work. Sam, I like your question. And then Katie Rose, you're asking if is there anything for you as well. Sam, stick around, would you? Katie, you're asking if there's anything for you. Where are you at? I feel like this almost kind of piggybacks off of the last message. The big thing I hear is like, be yourself, with be you being highlighted, like how you see on those shirts. That's what I see in my head. It's like, be you, slash be yourself. It feels like there's not quite being fully activated, the fully immersed, the fully confident self that you know that you are deep down inside. It's like, be you. And we get into a lot of things, but this is like a free little mini reading, so it's really compact. But that's the main big message is, be you, be yourself. The world, you're actually doing a disservice to the world when you're not being who you actually are meant to be. When you're not being your fucking weird self, your confident self, your goofy self, your happy self, you know what I mean? When you're not being fucking who you are, you're doing a great disservice to those who would receive your medicine, to those who would benefit from you being you. Because it's infectious, right? When you are you, it's infectious. It turns other people on to be like, oh shit. Yes, sometimes it does rub people the wrong way, but it only rubs people the wrong way because it reminds them, unconsciously typically, it reminds them of how they're not being true to themselves. Okay? That's why people, troll, certain comments, or troll in the comments and like say things and do, because you're a reminder of what they're not, of the aspect of them that they've rejected, that they've denied within themselves. So be yourself. Okay? It's very, very simple, but that's what comes through for you, Katie. Sam, are you still here? You were asking about... You're welcome, Katie. I hope that helps you. I don't see Sam anymore. But if you're still here, Sam, let me know. Yeah, you can read through TikTok. It's all energy, and energy is remote. It's everywhere. So it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter the distance. I think that's what you mean, Holly. But yeah, of course. I do answer health questions, Lisa. Push. Is that your name? That's cool. Is Prince changing his mind about me? Oh, thank you for the little musical notes, miss. You're asking, is Prince changing his mind about me? Okay, so I feel a reframe coming on. Just like what was happening before. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight within you the insecurity that you feel about this person, that is this external situation, perhaps changing, right? And it's actually, what it's actually doing is highlighting within you the insecurity, the self-doubt. And here's the thing. When we do a reframe, it's not about invalidating your experience. Your experience right now and your question is completely valid as it is. But a lot of times, but here's the thing, our language, the language we use is very, very telling. So if we're using like disempowering language, is this person changing their mind about me? What I can feel in those words, in that the frequency of that sentence, is that there's insecurity, there's self-doubt. Because if this person is maybe changing their mind about me, I'm not quite sure about myself. And there's no judgment. It's just about awareness. It's about self-awareness, because that's my specialty. My specialty is within readings is being able to like pinpoint the little blockages or the little beliefs or the little wounds, the emotional baggage that is creating limiting fear-based beliefs, or it's creating limitations, it's creating stuckness, it's creating this, I would say stuckness, this playing smallness. And what my job is to highlight that and to show you, hey, look at this. I know you're asking about this, but hey, look at this. This is the deeper issue of why you're actually asking about this. Okay? But to answer your question, we're going to answer your question with a question. We do understand fully why, but why does it matter? If you're secure in who you are, I mean, and we get it. Like there's, if people change their mind, there can be that feeling of loss, and then we got to process those feelings, those emotions. So it's in full reverence and full respect and full honor of understanding the personalities need to process and know. But it's more about empowerment. Okay? If this person does change their mind about you, who cares? How do you feel about you? As far as the person themselves, I don't really get anything on them. It does feel, what I actually see is a person sitting on the fence, is the image that I'm being given, is somebody sitting on a fence. And the fence is like an old, it's like a wooden post with like the barbed wire. If that's more information. And they're sitting on the post and they're just sitting on the fence. So I would say this person is sitting on the fence. Okay? They don't really know what they're doing or how they truly feel. Especially if I'm being given this image. Okay? But that's what I get for this person. And I would feel into that for yourself. Okay? Because that's the only information that comes through, is this person feels like they're sitting on the fence. Okay? Oh, hello, Amedra. How are you? It's nice to see you again tonight. You had a feeling I was on? I do not do pregnancy readings, Beth. It's just not my bag. Hold on. There, wait, let me scroll back. Oh, Lisa, you asked if you have kidney disease. Are you still here, Lisa? Hold on. And with that, let me know if you're still here, Lisa. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Let me scroll through the comments. Yeah, Regina's on here too. I didn't know you were still on here, Regina. I am so sorry if I say your name wrong. Is it Piret? I know you. I know it's a totally different like language, so I'm probably butchering it with my American accent. So I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. You're asking, is this person flying to Finland to visit me in the end of August? So let me just see. So what you're asking here is like a timeline question, and let me know if in the comments if you're still here, my dear. And if you want to, if you're still here and would be just so kind as to correct my pronunciation of your name, you're so more than welcome to do so. Let's see. I'm not sure if she's still here. Let me know if you're still here. I was gonna tune in. I was like, well, I'm not sure she's still here. Sherry, you might want to consider doing a more in-depth reading if you have like multiple questions. So the free little mini readings is like one subject, one question, just to keep it very concise and kind of like, give me room for, to like kind of do the other things for others. Chantel, I'm so sorry for your loss. My condolences. Sending you so much love and comfort. Keep on processing all of that grief. It's important that you feel it all. Okay? I know what it feels like to lose someone. And it's just part of the human condition, right? And it's really important that we feel all of the things, even when we don't want to feel them. So for those who are looking for, I do mediumship, but that's part of my paid readings. So I'm offering free and paid readings. Or it's part of my paid services. Sorry, I misspoke. The what I do offer for free is the free mini readings. The most I could that I feel in alignment to answer about like concerning maybe mediumship is answering like a simple yes or no. But if it is something that you actually want to connect to this person and they come through, that's a paid service, because it's all about energetic exchange. It's all about the exchange and valuing that exchange. Okay. Thank you, Jacob. TT Dub. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. We got to value ourselves. We got to value what we bring to this world. And this is part of what I bring. You know, like just because it's something that I do naturally doesn't mean that there's no value in it. You know what I mean? Um, Miss asks, will I continue teaching for the whole year? Well, first off, my dear, this gets to be your choice. Okay, you do like unless you're asking a deeper question, like if there's a deeper question along the lines of like, you know, are other influences involved? You know, are you going to get fired or let go, etc. Um, Otherwise, this gets to be your choice. Okay, I would ask you: does teaching feel empowering to you? Is it something that you truly do out of the joy of your heart? Does it bring you joy? Does it bring you passion? Does it bring you fulfillment? Does it fill your soul? I would ask you those questions first. And what you're actually asking for is a timeline. And our timelines, there's infinity of timelines that could be available to us at any moment. And really our choices determine the timelines that we're on. Okay. And there's like different nuances and different subtleties within that realm because we're talking about the multiverse. And we're talking about understanding the multiverse. But you're talking about like a timeline. So let me see if there's any timelines that come up. What I'm being shown, what I'm being shown and like feeling is that there's a point that teaching feels good and then it starts to feel maybe not so great. And so I would ask again, I would point you and ask you, like, does it really truly bring you joy? Is this something that you really love? And the other part that comes is, are you teaching it in a way that's truly joyful? And are you teaching the subject matter that you're actually joyful about? Because you could be like really joyful about teaching, but maybe you're teaching something and maybe within an institution that doesn't feel so much in alignment. And that's the part that feels a little like, it feels like it brings my energy down a little bit. Take that how it resonates, but that's what I feel for you. And that's what I would ask of you, Miss. Let me know. If it's not for you, it's not for you, my dear. You know, please respect your own ability to choose for yourself and respect the others' choices to choose for themselves. That we all know what's best for us, as we trust that you know what's best for you. You know, I know that I'm in my alignment with my own soul because this is what I fucking love to do. And if it's not for you, please respect that within yourself and honor that. You don't have to be here. Okay? You're so nice. I don't know if I can be. I've just had to do my work around it. If you watched lives from me, like in 21 or 2020? I don't know when it was, but there was times when I was like, ah! I'm just like, you know what? People get to be who they are, and I love them the way they are, and they get to be and think and do and believe however they want to. It's all part of source. It's all part of God. It's the projection thing that we were talking about yesterday. That's so much peace. Yeah, it definitely does. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let people, because if we like, it's like giving our power away when people like say the things and we like get frustrated or we're like, it's because we're resonating with that, right? We're allowing them to take our power. We're giving our power away. And so it is, I mean, I love people, but I hate that if they don't believe it. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. I totally get that. I've been in that place. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you anymore. I'm out of fucks. I'm out of fucks. I'd rather just love you because you're God. Boss Queen, you're asking, can you tell me if my brother crossed over? I can tell you a yes or no, okay? If you actually want to connect, then that's a paid service, but I can just kind of like tune in to see if like there is crossed or not. He feels crossed. He feels crossed. Still healing and stuff, but he feels crossed. He feels crossed over. Okay. I hope that helps. Oh, it's so the paid services is 20 for readings, 33 for energy work and energy clearing or energy stuff, 33 for mediumship, and 33 for multidimensional mediumship. Okay, but that's your short answer. Okay, I do help heal souls. Yeah, it's very interesting. When I first was guided, actually psilocybin, the medicine came to me. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I had been wanting to do it. I had never done it before in my life. And this was what, 2020 or 2021? I don't remember. But like I had blessed the medicine. I had talked to the ancestors. I talked to everybody. I sent all my intentions. And I took a dose, right? I took a pretty big dose. And nothing was happening for over like an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. That's when it all started to happen. And I have like 3 hours on video of like basically all of the souls that were trapped, the earthbound souls, the indigenous souls that were here, trapped here, from the Sand Creek Massacre. Cause that's a thing here in Denver. A lot of the souls that had been trapped here on Earth, and that were still wandering around, they were like, I was crossing them over and crossing them over, and they were literally going through my physical body to pass through into the light. It was really dope. Oh, thank you, Regina. Yeah, I have all of the links are in my profile. Thank you for that. Sometimes I forget to say the things. So if you have any questions, please say it. Please ask. And if anybody, yeah, thank you guys for backing me up. I really appreciate you, Regina. Oh, okay. The doctors gave me a year to live, so I've been a complete mess. I'm sorry. I'm a little off. Don't be sorry. Also, diagnoses are just that. They don't have to be your story. They're part of an old paradigm, and it's a part of an old paradigm that's connected to training, programming within institutions that only see one aspect of a person, and they see it from a very narrow point of view. So that's where diagnoses come from. That doesn't have to be your issue. That doesn't have to be your story. That doesn't have to be your, how things play out for you. You get to decide. Okay. Now that may mean, like, if you're in this place where doctors are perceiving this and they're saying, hey, it might be time to say the things. And that's not saying like doctors are full of shit and that like it's the whole system is full of shit. It's learning how to discern what's true for you and what you feel resonant with and what you feel like, no, I know I can heal this because you're that powerful. I fucked up my spine in 2014 from a bodybuilding accident. I was squatting pretty heavy and I heard a crack and I fucked my shit up. And it's taken me a long time, but I've been able to heal it myself. My back, I still have to be very mindful of my back and listen to my body, but that's me listening to my body when I wasn't listening to it before. So their diagnosis doesn't have to be your story. Okay. I feel if you're still here, my dear, I would invite you to check out Dr. Joe Dispenza and his work. He does really great work. I can just pray they're wrong and I'm not ready to die yet. Really, I mean, you get to determine that. I didn't have insurance at the time when I fucked my shit up. I didn't have insurance, but I knew deep within me, I was like, I can fucking heal this. I can do this. I was like, I don't need that. And sure enough, I don't know how many years later, I do have some restrictions and I do have to pay attention to my body, but I've really drastically healed my spine. And so really, when we receive a diagnosis, it's more of an invitation and an opportunity to look deeper. Because everything that manifests as physical, whether it's cancer, sickness, illness, whatever fucking diagnosis, it's all energy. And if the energy is restricted or blocked or stuck from flowing in the way that it's naturally meant to, that's how sickness, disease, cancer, etc., that's how that manifests. And so if you're not ready to go, then really what this is a very, very grand opportunity to look deeper into what the deeper issues are. Because if we have stuck emotions, if we have stuck energy in our body, which is typically emotions, not letting ourselves process the emotion, that shows up in the body as disease, illness, sickness. That's why there's no cure for cancer. That's why each person that has maybe say 2 people have the same illness, it could be caused from different things, and different things might cure it, might help it, because it's a deeper issue. It's typically an emotional issue and getting the mental energy on point, straight, in alignment, and in check. The mind is very powerful and can heal if you believe. Absolutely. Nature's medicines. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had a massive heart attack and I had awesome insurance and they still messed me up. Wow. Yeah. It's that industry because it's a business. It's not really humanely driven. It's more about money. How much money, how much can they get from you? So since they run it like a business, the business is to keep you coming back or to have, extract as much as they can from you. So it's a lot of it's experimentation. And I believe that if we listen to our intuition and we are open to doing our own research and having our own experience and adjusting along the way wherever we need to, then we can empower ourselves to be able to see that's how I healed my spine. I was like, no, I can do this. And then I started healing all of the emotional shit And I tell you, it's taken some time. I also worked with the body. Don't get me wrong. I did work with the body, but I started healing all of the emotional shit, years and years and years of emotional stuff. And because I did that, the spine started coming back into alignment. Because I knocked one of my vertebrae out of alignment. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I grew it myself. No lawyers will go against these doctors. Yeah. Well, the thing is, the really great thing is that these establishments, these institutions are crumbling. They're not going to, they can't stay within the new energy. And really what it is about is it's about you shifting to a parallel reality in which these new systems that are uplifting, that are empowered by the people, that are for the people, that are humane, that are not money driven and greed driven. It's about you tuning yourself to a version of you that exists within a parallel reality, that exists within, that has these the new institutions, establishments, systems that are uplifting for the people, for everybody. D, I don't do any pregnancy readings, my dear. I'm so sorry, but it's just not my bag. Whoa. She's not lying. It's healers and spiritual teachers, star seeds. All of us help to shift the world. Yeah. And really what we're doing is shifting a version of ourselves, or we're shifting as we release or heal ourselves. What we're actually doing is we're shifting our perception. We're shifting to a parallel reality that might look the same, right? And that might look the same, but it's different. And what we're realizing, what we're beginning to realize is that, like, about the multiverse, right? There's many versions, infinity versions of you, and you're just shifting to a different reality. And we're all helping to shift the reality, because there's a collective reality, right? There's individual reality and there's collective reality. And sometimes they go hand in hand, but you can also choose that your reality is different than the collective reality, because a lot of the collective reality is based on collective agreements, which is based on old paradigms and, like, it has to be like this, it has to be like this, and then we just accept all of the bullshit that doesn't work anymore. And so it's really about shifting your awareness. Yeah, I'm here to stand out, not fit in. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Dee. I'm glad that you're here. You're drawn to me. There has to be a reason. It's never a mistake, never a coincidence. Yeah, people are waking up and these big companies are starting to crumble. The economy is crumbling. Everything is just like, it's not sustainable. The earth is, while she is great and she can exist without us, the earth, we're also not realizing that we have a massive impact. And we're just taking and we're not giving back, and we're not living in harmony. You're very connected to her. That's dope. I feel like that's important. Hi, Toshia. I hope I said your name right. Mandy, you said, am I on the right path? What's up, Ash? We're all here hanging out. Yeah, you get your energy from her. Mandy, you said, are you on the right path? Let me, this feels more about alignment. Me. Okay. So when I tune into your energy, Mandy, it feels let me see. How do I say this? What I feel is like I feel like I'm taken like this. If this was like alignment to like I'm on my path, I feel feeling in alignment, feeling good, feeling great, feeling confident, knowing that like you're on your path in your purpose, etc. Whatever you want to like, whatever language you want to use around that. I feel like I'm a bit twisted. If this is alignment, this feels like where you're kind of currently at. So I don't know if you feel a little ungrounded because I feel like I'm oriented to the sky. So I don't know if you ever feel like you're ungrounded, you don't want to be here. That's many if you identify as a starseed or a sensitive person or a light worker, a lot of us have that. And we gotta like bring it down. We gotta remember like we chose to be here, so we gotta make the most of it. We gotta learn to take our power back. So it feels like you're a little oriented towards the sky and like, oh, I want to go up there. I don't know if that's how you feel or if it's just I don't know if that's how you feel, but that's kind of how it's coming across to me. So to answer your question, are you on the right path? Your path is here to be on earth. If you do feel ungrounded, if you feel like you don't want to be here, your path is to be here. It's to be on earth. It's to be grounded. It's to be present. It's to be in ownership of who you are. It's to be in ownership of like your power, right? Of your sovereignty, of your beingness, of everything that you are. Whether it's a mess or if you consider it messy or clean or whatever it is, you're in ownership of that. So it just feels like if you're saying if you're asking if you're on the right path. The thing is you can never really be on the wrong path because it's all part of the journey. Even if you went off course way the fuck over here, eventually you might get tired of it and you would choose to course correct, come back into alignment. So you're never really off path, although I do understand what you're saying. Okay. I would ask you if you feel into your heart of hearts, what would you like to do? Be, do, have, share that you're not yet. Maybe that's a better question, a better framed question, rather than are you on the right path? You can't really ever be on the wrong path. More like what are you doing or not doing now that is different than your internal voice, that internal voice that calls you, that speaks to you. Does that make sense? So I would reframe the question and ask yourself and feel into those answers. Truthfully answer those questions. If you feel like unhappy or if you feel like unfulfilled or joyless or passionless, then why? What's blocking you? What's stopping you? And then also on top of that, what would make you feel joyful? What would lead to more fulfillment, more passion, feeling more like in ownership of who you are, in expression of who you actually came to be? Okay, I would reframe that question a little bit. Okay. Um, it's what feels good to the soul. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Oh, Mandy says, yes, absolute sense. Spot on, darling. I'm glad that it resonates. It typically readings are just confirmations of things you already know, and it's reflected to you back in a way that gives you clarity and like, oh, turns on some light bulbs, might turn on some aha moments, and give you some epiphanies. Sure, Lisa. Sure, you can ask a question. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it could be low vibration, and that's always, if we're in a low vibration, it's typically because of our thoughts, right? Our state of being, our thoughts, our state of being. Like, because if you're in a high vibration, you're like, you feel good, you feel confident, you feel like on spot or spot on. You feel like nothing can take you down from that. So if you're in that spot, if you're feeling a low vibration, you're typically seeing things, seeing everything, perceiving your life, situations, etc., from a version of you that is holding on to beliefs, old wounds, emotional baggage, etc. So it's about shifting, quantum shifting to the version of you that's like, and sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need help kind of like reorienting or learning how to do that. But yeah. We get in our own way. Yeah. Yeah. It's part of the programming here. Oh, you're around low vibrational and sick people all the time. Yeah. Who we are, who we're around most of the time, who we are is like, how does it go? Is like who we are is basically who we are around most of the time. You're welcome, Andy. So, oh, you like my confetti pic? Yeah. I like photography too. I like playing with glitters. Oh yeah, Mandy sounds empathic. Are you cleansing and protect? Yeah. If you're around low vibrational people and sick people, I would absolutely. That's a great good on. Thank you, Ash, and thank you for the little finger hearts. Finger huts. Um, that's yeah, that's a great insight. Thank you for bringing that in, Ash. Yeah, our energetic care is, I would prioritize that just as much as you prioritize brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, taking a shower, self-care. It's part of self-care. It's really part. It's super important, especially as we're in this age of like chaos and psychic attacks and spiritual warfare and all of the things. It's really important because what that does is it helps you understand your dominion, your space, and what you are responsible for. So if you don't take responsibility for it and you just let all of these other beings and people and energies kind of just throw you about, then that's kind of the experience that will kind of come to you. It's exhausting. Yeah, especially if you're empathic, really sensitive, or you're like you have all the abilities or whatever. You gotta fucking take care of yourself. Yeah, yeah, we got a good group in here. We got a good group in here. So I'm just going to do a last call for any paid readings, paid services, etc. You need help with that? Yeah. I am feeling inspired to put together something for people. So if there's things that you need help with or that you would like help with, I'm currently receptive to what you might need help with, questions you have, etc. Because I'm inspired to put something together, and you can reach out to me through my webpage, and just email me there, and I will take that into account. But yeah, if you're here, you probably are. Yeah, I would say that, especially if you're attracted to like my work or me or what I do or my energy. Absolutely, T-Dub. T-Dub. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to reach out and we will do the things. Okay? Always in divine timing. No pressure. But I would definitely be honored to facilitate a reading for you, because I fucking love to do it. Oh, you're saying I'm not quite sure if it's going to be like a mentorship program or a course or what it is. I haven't quite felt what it is, but I'm feeling super called to do it. It's something I keep being taken back to, and it's for sensitive people. It's for people who feel maybe disempowered, powerless. I'm just not quite sure the form that it wants to come in, but I keep being brought back to it, and because of the challenge that I'm in currently, I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, and I'm gonna fucking do it. Oh, you do this for what kind of work? What do you mean? What do you mean, Ash? What do you do for work? You've been looking for mentorship? I think it's so important to have a mentor, especially if you're empathic or sensitive, or you have abilities, or just mentorship in anything in general that you need help with. It's important to have a mentor. It's so important. But I'm not sure if I want it to be mentorship, because it would be, if anything, it would be like 3-month minimum mentorship of like, because I want to go fucking deep. I want to show people how to fucking do the things, and I like to get really detailed or oriented. Virgo. I like to do the things. And so I'm really passionate about showing people all the nuances, all the subtleties, so that we can like work through all the little things. Fucking do it. You work for a medium. And I love the work, but building her website classes. Oh, Patreon. See, I've been on Patreon and it didn't quite work. And I feel like I just need to put my all into like one big course or mentorship and just like fucking put it out there. I do not practice astral projection consciously, but I do it every night when I sleep. It's the Virgo, yes. I like to do all the things. But see, that's so great about Virgos, because when they're not maybe working from their shadow, or they're like, when they put that analytical mind and all the detail-oriented details to, in the right order, boy, I can make things efficient as fuck. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm all over the place when I'm sleeping. I used to do that. I think I practiced 1 or 2 times when I first had my spiritual awakening. But I do that so naturally when I sleep. It's like, it's not really, It's not something that I feel excited to do. When and if I do, then I will, but I do it every night asleep. Oh, you're Virgo Midhaven? Okay, so then you would be, I'm like, oh, where's my stuff? um, I honestly want to learn more, but it's hard to find a good mentor. Well, reach out to me. You know what I want to do is like, I want to get a group of people to mentor, because then it can be less expensive. And then it can be like, we can go through the things, but we can have a group, like a bunch of group sessions. But like with that, I want like a individual session with each person to help them with the things. And so it'd be really fucking worth the value, because I love working one-on-one with people, but I also like the group vibe, because the group vibe really helps other people. And I've been in groups and it's really fucking powerful. Yeah. So yeah. Um, yeah. Me too. Aries, Sag, and lots of Cap. Oh yeah. I like Cap. Capricorn is great. Aries. I don't have anything in Aries, but Sag. I'm a Scorpio rising, and then Sag is right after that. But like that first house is that first house for me is fun. You and Goddess should make a class. I loved her study group. Oh, you do. Oh yeah, I know. I was having. It's interesting because I was having a little voice come in. It was like, why don't you? What if you did like a class together with one of these, uh, with one of these beautiful souls? And I'm like, well, what? And I think that came in as I was falling asleep. So thank you for remembering that, or bringing that back up to my consciousness. I'm like, oh. I didn't know. You're a Cap? You're a Capricorn, Mandy? Workaholic. Yes. One of my best friends, he's been like everything to me. Now he's family, but we've been like through all of the stages. He's definitely like, sometimes that Capricorn goes into martyrdom too. Depends on who you are and depends on how it shows up, like what the blueprint is. But that's what I found. Sometimes that Capricorn can be a little savior, have some savior mentality sometimes. Yep. Not everyone. I don't want to be for everyone. I want to be who I'm fucking meant to be for. I don't want to be for everybody. I used to want to just be liked and loved by everybody, and that really hurt the ego. Oh, not everybody likes me. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Who wants that? Nah, I don't want that. Regina's like, I'm a Libra. That's all I know. I'm right on that cusp, Virgo Libra. So that Libra, I bring that Libra into. And I have a lot of things in Libra as well. Um, well, actually, could I ask Spirit a question about my career? I'm so confused. Yeah, go for it. Sagittarius Cap, cusp. Nice. That Sag, man, that Sag likes to go all over and find the truth, and that Capricorn likes to ground it. I think that feels like a really good spot to be in. It's like, oh, find truth and spiritual and knowledge and all the things, because that Sag wants to find, the truth. What's the truth? And then the Capricorn wants to ground it. You got a savior complex. Yeah, I feel like that Capricorn. My friend, he has like everything in Capricorn. I'm like, fuck, how can you have so much Capricorn? Very stubborn sometimes. Also very open, but holy shit. my hair said Libra. I like it. But yeah, there's a little bit of like a savior. Like I want everybody to like me. I want to do everything for everybody. And I'm like, I mean, it gets to be your choice, but like, you don't have to do that. That's why you do multiple things. um, oh, you've been a caregiver. I mean, but there's a difference between being a caregiver and being a savior. You can be an empowered caregiver and help people. Like if you're a caregiver in like if you say you were in like a hospice and caregiving that way, you could still be in an empowered state and not needing to save. Because I feel like part of being in your power is also recognizing people, they have integrity, they have dignity, and giving that to them, honoring them in that place, without sinking into this savior complex. I'm actually making candles and listening and talking. I like it. Oh, you don't know how to ask your question? I was waiting. I'm waiting. You would need to give me a backstory. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Good morning, Molly. How are you? Welcome. We are having a conversation. Bow, bow, bow. Well, she said her guides said I would be her assistant. I'm going to grab my popcorn over here, aka my water. Really? I remind you of someone you know? Okay, you said it, guys. Yeah, of course, Amanda. I'll be on here for a little bit longer. Okay, you said her guide said I would be her assistant, and I did know everything that she didn't know how to do. She's very yin to my yang. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Reto non te helia seto wesi ketiana tahasa shututui hasi ketiana notoi hasa. But it feels so off, and yet I believed it so much at first. When I get the hiccups, like hiccups, burping, etc., like sneezing, coughing, it usually is me helping to move the energy. Hiccups specifically tend to be me honing in on certain things. So sometimes I'll like be doing a reading and like I'll get a hiccup and I'm like, oh yep, we pinpointed the thing. But yeah, that's it's me helping. It's just my field. That's what I do. But it feels so often, and yet I believed it so much at first. You don't know what shifted. I think you shifted, to be honest. It feels like you shifted. It feels like you're shifting and growing and expanding. And not that this other person isn't, that it just feels like it goes this way. I've noticed that mentors that I used to have, I don't really resonate with them anymore. It happens. So to me it feels like this. I keep getting this. It's like it feels like you're drifting away, and that's your internal guidance system alerting you to like, this is no longer in resonance. Like it was great at first, but now it's served you, and you can totally be like, you know what? I'm so fucking appreciative because this helped me, shift into the version that I am now. And now I'm so much more clear. Now I have so much more clarity. And I know that this isn't for me anymore. So yeah, Amedra says, yeah, it happens. It does. Hi Tosh, thank you. The guide said I would be there for years though. The thing is you have authority, you have agency, and you have free will and choice. They can say the things that they want, but if you're feeling the dissonance, or if you're not feeling a resonance, then why stay? It gets to be your choice, ultimately. Are they wrong? I would say it's not a question of right and wrong. It's a question of resonance. They were right at the time. Here's an interesting thing that's coming in. Sometimes guides say certain things. How do I say this? Sometimes we'll receive certain guidance and we're like, oh yeah. And within it it's like almost like a test to see if you're ready to go to the next level or not. It's like part of an initiation. It's a very nuanced thing that I'm like kind of tapping into. So it feels like a little bit like a test. Are you ready? You went through this kind of like initiation process. Are you ready for the next part of the initiation? Because it's part of the initiation, I would say, to be like, no, this doesn't resonate. This is not for me anymore. Like the guides can say whatever you want, whatever they want. But it feels like sometimes the guides say certain things or we receive certain information and then we're like, yeah. Wait, what? I thought it was supposed to be this. And it's part of the lesson. It's part of like the initiation process of like you learning, because they're just there to help you align to you. So if they're just there to help you align to you and you are feeling this isn't aligning, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's part of it feels like an initiation of power, like a subtlety of initiating you to align to your own power and your own choice and your own will and ability to choose for yourself. So that's what it feels like to me, but it does feel like you're kind of going like this. But yeah. Oh, what's going on? Honestly, I let go of a soulmate because they used me and my guides, or my guides wanted me with them, and I let go. Yeah, soulmates, twin flames. I feel like they're more lessons than anything. It's more of that any relationship external of us it's always about self-realization, awareness, self-awareness. It's an opportunity to grow. Everything is an opportunity to grow. Yeah, they're not. Good for you for realizing that, Regina. Oh, do her guides only look out for her? Oh, this is very interesting. Sometimes I'm actually being reminded of, I have a friend whose mom, she goes to like, she was like going to like a friend who channels and does stuff like that. Here's the thing, we can channel things from our ego. We can channel things from the lower like astral realms. So if we're not really like, our intention isn't to like connect with the highest of the high, and we're not discerning of what the fuck is the highest of the high for us, and we're oriented in a certain way, it feels like we can also have false guides. So it feels like there's some things in there that might not be of the highest. And it's more like I don't know if it's an attachment, but it feels like, I mean, I don't know what it is, because I don't know if I've encountered this before, or if I just don't have the vocabulary, the lexicon to say the things. But it feels like there's something that she's connecting to that is more of like a separation, or like a fear-based, not honoring others' free will, etc. It feels like that's what she's connecting to. And maybe there's something in discernment for her about that. I don't know, but that's the vibe that I get. It's a test to make sure you actually learned the lesson you're supposed to. No, that's the correct spelling. Spirit led. Spirit led readings. Everything is spirit led. It's just what spirit are you? Yeah, it's spirit led. I don't need to get into the semantics of it. Does that make sense? Ash, are you still there? I mean, I could be totally wrong, and I'm open to admitting if I was wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. And I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like there's something that she's connecting to, or a guide that's like, oh, you're meant to work with me forever, and it's not respecting your will. That's not of the highest light and love, and that's not. It's still of God, because God is everything. But it's maybe not of the highest. It's still operating in separation. It's still operating in like, oh, you're my servant. No, I'm not. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. It's Heathen 6. It's part of the process. It's part of the process in learning, awakening, growing, and expanding. It's just part of the process. Or at least that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if you have like a more specific question, but like I was kind of scanning some of your other comments, and that what I get is it's part of the process of you expanding and learning and remembering who and what you actually are. That Virgo, yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I gotta like that. I go into Virgo land really quick, real easy. Oh, I just want to know what I get to do for work, but nowhere out, but no, not everywhere else feels. Oh, but everywhere else feels like ego. When do I have Indian? Yes. I'm not like, it's like a little percentage, but yeah, I do have native. Native, and a lot of European on one side, a whole lot of Latin on the other side, and there's some native in there. Yeah, I would. I second that. I second what Amedra said, Robbie. All packed and nowhere to go. Where do I move to start my new business? Where are you drawn to? Where does your heart telling you to go? Um, is there somewhere in you that you're like, I want to go here? Because it almost feels like you're I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like, oh, I'm ready to go, but like um almost like telling yourself, well, I don't know where to go, almost like as um in a way that would distract you from actually going. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say the things. Um where are you guided to go? Where are you guided to go? You know, if you're packed and you don't really quite know where to go, where do you want to travel to? Where have you always wanted to travel to? For whatever reason, I feel Sedona coming into my mind. Um, you can maybe start there. But I would ask you, where do you feel guided to go? Oh, like her work persona doesn't match? Okay, so I feel like Ash, you're picking up on the dissonance maybe within her, because I feel like you're like, nah, this isn't for me. But like, where do you get work, right? I feel like I well, here's the thing. If we don't let go of the things that aren't working for us, then it's like letting go of the things in order to create space for something new to come in, and that sometimes that is taking a leap. So there does feel like something around like taking a leap, taking a risk. Um, it's almost like letting go. You know, we create space in spring, autumn, whenever, to like create space for the new thing to come in. It kind of feels like that. It's like trusting that something else will come in, and you might not be able to like see the things until you actually let go and release it fully. Oh, you left New York to go to Texas? Yay! Yeah, I was so excited. I felt purpose. It might be time to let that person go. I mean, it gets to be your choice and your decision, right? But I feel like if you're feeling the resonant or the dissonance now with that person, um, I would trust that. I would trust that. Yeah, a good strategy. I'd meditate on it. Get really still, get really quiet, and then like see what comes in. Um, I feel like there's several different threads going on here, and I don't know which. Carol asks, "Can you tell me if Matthew is the right man for me?" I mean, you get to be the one to discern this, right? The only thing I can do is the only thing I really do is kind of check alignment, check the harmony, etc. I can only really tell you what information comes through me, but it is ultimately your decision, okay? Just to make that fully clear. Uh, so let me connect you and let me listen for a minute. This is really interesting. All relationships are about growth, about expansion. When I tune into this person, or this connection rather, I start feeling the energy in my sacral, and then it moved up into my solar. And then I started feeling courting happening. And in connections, courting is a natural thing that happens. Like the people that we're connected to, we naturally court to them. However, not all courts are like uplifting and empowering. Some of them are meant to, like, you know, some of them don't have the best intentions, let's just say. And this feels, the cord that I'm feeling in my solar plexus doesn't feel the greatest. So this feels again connected to power. This is one of the themes of tonight's readings and tonight's show is power. It feels like a little bit stifling in power, whether it's you to him or him to you. And it feels like there's some imbalances in power dynamics that might be going on that this connection is meant to like bring to light. So that as you work through that stuff, as you choose or not to work through that stuff can shift. And then if you work through that stuff, sometimes when we work through the stuff and we're like really attracted to somebody and we work through our shit and we work through the stuff, that attraction is no longer there because that person was simply there to highlight what is going on internally, to bring our attention into what's going on internally so that we can work through the stuff and we can expand. So it kind of feels like that. I don't know if he is the one. That gets to be your choice, or the right person for you. That is what you said. But it does feel like there's some power dynamics. Okay, so take that or leave that. Imbalanced power dynamics is what I meant to say. So take that or leave that. But it feels like this connection is more of one that is meant to bring your awareness and your presence to maybe perhaps old, outdated beliefs or even emotional baggage around imbalanced power dynamics. Because I kind of feel the energy kind of go like this. Not really a push and pull, but like this. I don't quite know what that is. It feels imbalanced to me. Like this would probably be more balanced. It feels like this. So take that or leave that. That's kind of what I get when I tune into that connection. Okay. Holy cow, there's all kinds of new messages. You don't know how to meditate? Come on. No, there's a lot of different meditations. There's a lot of different ways to meditate. If you're looking for an answer, my thing would always be to get really quiet and like do a silent meditation. Or you can even do like a sensory meditation. A sensory meditation is like just where you close your eyes and you listen to all the sounds. You feel, the surface that you're sitting on. You feel the temperature of your skin, the different things you're just feeling. That gets you below the frequency of thought. The same thing with a silent meditation. Anything that's going to get you below the frequency of thought, where you're just in your body and you just are being. Because from that space, when you get really, really quiet, really, really silent, really, really still, then all of this internal awareness starts bubbling up and you're like, holy shit, where did all this come from? It's all there. It's just a matter of getting really, really still. And sometimes that's a process, but there's you can do a sensory or a silent. You're welcome, Robbie. There's something holding you back, but you have to figure out. Yeah. You get to figure it out. You get to figure it out, and you get to choose. Good morning. Ash and Regina. But how, if I go, it will catastrophically traumatically hurt her. I hate hurting people. Yeah, and then Regina says, it's not to sound mean, but sometimes those things aren't your problem. The thing is if you're saying yes to her and you're ignoring your alignment, and you're saying no to you, you're abandoning you. So who are you actually hurting? The thing is you can say no and you can leave in a way that's kind, compassionate, heartfelt. And it's respecting and honoring that, hey, this isn't working out for me anymore. Because guess what? That's also honoring her. It's honoring her for her to go find someone else that is more in alignment. So the thing is it might be a perspective shift that maybe needing to happen. It's about like if you think of it in terms of honoring you, sticking to you and sticking by your side and not abandoning you and not abandoning your intuition, not abandoning your gut instincts. Because when we abandon ourselves, we're creating a lot of other potential issues. So I would say stick to yourself, and see it as honoring both of you by saying, hey, this isn't working out for me. You're respecting her enough to tell her the truth and to honor her with being truthful with her. So maybe think of it in terms of that. I just wanted to bring the love and hope to everyone. I was so excited. Yeah, you might be, if it sounds like you're being guided to go in a different way, and there might be some other lessons, discernment, etc. that comes in. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, we're moving some energy. Yeah. Regina on point. I feel that very deeply, but sometimes some things aren't meant for us. Yeah. And so, you know, that whole thing of like things come into our life or people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it's really important that we learn to discern and recognize when that season is over. I think it's about how your perception, you're kind of perceiving it of like being wrong and right and kind of in this black and white. See it from the higher perspective. You're a music meditator? Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. Some good stuff out there for sure. Like to meditate too, like music wise. Do do do. Oh, nice. Nice, Regina. That's dope. I do have, do I even want to say this? I do have one. I do music too, guys. No, I do have a song out there, and I'm in the process of working on some other things. It's just taken a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm considering releasing my second song. It needs to be tweaked a little bit, but I am on Spotify and stuff if you guys want to check it out. It's like 2 minutes and 22 seconds, but it's like it's all channeled light language. since we're talking about music. That's my only contribution. um, oh, but the thing is it's part of your path, Ash. This is part of your path. Part of your path is like we get to go from here to here to here. I think it's part of the path. But I get like you thought you finally found the thing. Um, what if you were the person that other people were working for, and you got to bring, they were helping you bring your creations to life? I don't know. It's just a thought. Um, you really just sounded like this person. Well, go ahead and reach out to her then. um, yeah. Is Sandalphon have to do with music, or who are you talking to, Ash? Like you guys like are like moving with each other and talking to each other. I'm like, I'm not sure who's talking to who or what. Hi, Connie. I didn't say I was him. I work with him. Oh yeah, I do. I work with Sandalphon, Metatron. Those are my two guys. I haven't worked like consciously with them in a while, but yeah, those are the two I really like to work with. So last call. I know I said this like, I don't know, however many longs ago. Oh, is he? I didn't know. I don't know much about angels. Because I don't like to look up other people's descriptions or experiences. I like to have my own experience. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know. All right. I keep showing up on your FYP page. Surprise! Oh, I gotta like we've been going so long that my other light is like I can't go any longer. How much is a reading? So I do offer free and paid readings. However, or not however, I don't know what I'm saying. So the free mini readings, the free readings are going to be concise, smaller, compact. The paid readings are going to be a little bit longer. And if you want like a super in-depth, then I would invite you to actually schedule and book an in-depth private reading with me. And it's not all that I do. I'm also a healer. I'm like a badass fucking healer and energy worker. But here's the thing. You leave a comment with your name and a question for the free mini readings. It can be general, open, health, career, etc. I do not do pregnancy or fertility readings. And since it's a smaller, like compact, then please try to limit it to only one question. Okay. The paid services, if you want to make sure that you do get, you do get read, because with the free readings, I just go with kind of whoever I'm kind of guided to, and I kind of just like float and play. So if you do want a paid readings, I do all those first. It's 20 minimum. You can pay more if you donate more if you feel guided to. But all the links to donate are in my profile, and then you let me know in the comments, okay? And then my paid services are as followed. Readings are 20, energy work, energy clearing, or whatever intentions you want to bring. As far as energy work, 33, mediumship, 33, and multi-dimensional mediumship. If you have any questions or you want to like check out my work, my services, my website is in the link in my bio. Okay? Ooh. What's going on? You guys keep going. Yeah. So yeah, I don't do pregnancy readings. It's just not my bag. I've typically more enjoyed helping people. I don't know. Yeah, well, the thing is we can still be of service and still and be inspired to create a course or share information. We can still be of service. It's just how, like, what service do you want to bring, or like, how do you want to be in service, or how does that feel? How do you feel inspired to be of service? Um, Oh, Medra, if you do, I don't do them, and I'll tell you why. Because I was doing them in 2020 before the pandemic hit on Facebook, and I was just kind of open to whatever. And someone asked me if they were pregnant, and I got a no. And the thing is, she ended up being pregnant, but she ended up having a miscarriage later on in the pregnancy. And I was just like, I don't want to do it, because, like, here's the thing with pregnancies and souls that haven't, uh, it can be a little wishy-washy. And sometimes that can be a big thing to explain to people, because sometimes souls just want to come in, they want to dip their toe in the water, and then we might have a miscarriage or something. But it's just the soul that wants to come in and dip their toe in the water. That's all of the human experience, of the physical experience that they want to have. And instead of, like, having to explain a lot of that over and over again, I was just like, maybe that's not my bag. um, but Amedra says she's feeling a girl. Um, I feel like anybody can tap in and do the things. You know what I mean? Regina, you can do it too. It's just a matter of listening. It took me a while to learn how to listen. Oh, I'm struggling with my food addiction. Can your healing services help with that? Let me tune in and see if, like, that would be able to be something. We'd be able to help with the energetic level. And if you did, here's the thing, what I'm feeling is, if you did want to book, like, a healing, like an energy healing for purposes to help you heal the food addiction, it feels like there would also be information, like practical things to work through, maybe some inner, like, shadow work, other tools that we could give you, in addition to a healing, like an energy healing. Okay, so that totally up to you, but that's the information that I feel for you. So you can definitely reach out to me through my website if you feel guided to do that. Okay. A lot of, like, times when we have addictions and stuff like that, it's an internal, deeper thing. But, like, with energy work and other tools to help process and become aware of the root issue, can help that. We can heal it, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, yeah. Some people don't want to. Yeah, some don't want to be here. I've been ready. I've been working on a noting on a noting the evidence journal, and today thought of a really cool idea. See, so it could be those things that are coming in, and you're like, but I thought I had, like, but Ash, I'm talking to you, but because of, like, maybe attachment to, like, I thought I found my thing, it's almost like you're disregarding that this, like, totally cool idea is coming in. And maybe because of self-doubt or that self-sabotaging voice, you're like, that couldn't amount to. People need your voice. They need your magic. They need your medicine. Yeah, that would be hard to hear. Yeah. Yeah. I second what Amedra says. That I think would I would highly strongly encourage you, if you have this idea, work on it, do it, bring it. Um, Hi, Amy. How are you? Ooh, interesting. Good morning. Hi, Secrets. How are you? Oh, thank you for the finger hearts. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the roses. I'm always not to sound like that person, but I don't know how people get the things. I'm like, do people buy those? Like the roses and the little thingies. I'm like, oh, how do people get those? uh Interesting. Am I drawn to anything about you? Um well, I'm glad I'm glad that you came in and joined us, even if it's just for a little bit. Amy is who I was talking to. You said, hold on. What's up, Nino? Secrets. Am I drawn to anything about you? You mean you're open to receiving? um, Very interestingly enough, when I connect to your energy, hold on, wait. I want to like check really quick. Okay, it's not. Okay. When I connect to your energy, my dear, I feel a rose coming. I feel a red rose coming in with you. And I had to check. I was like, wait, is that your little picture, but it doesn't look like it. Um this feels like this is interesting. It feels like romantic love, but romantic love in the form of self-love. Does that make sense? It might not, but that's kind of what I feel. The symbolism of the rose is emanating, or the essence of it feels like romantic love in the form of self-love. Thinking of it as one and the same. It's actually one and the same. Whether it's sometimes we just have a physical other reflection that is um, a reflection of that romantic love. But for whatever reason, I see a rose with you, and then I just hear romantic love in the form of self-love. It's very simple. It's very concise. That's kind of all I get for you, Secrets. Um, so maybe fill into that, see how that resonates. But that's what I feel for you. Oh, you know exactly what that means? Okay. You're welcome. Thank you, Space Kitty. I grew up myself. um, it's like it's doing the things. Um, I said interesting so many times. But never explained what was interesting. I don't know. Sometimes I just say interesting because of how like something is coming in. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Like, why is it coming in like this, but not? It's almost like interesting. I'm almost saying it to myself. Oh, that's interesting. And then it kind of opens me up to receive additional information rather than trying to be like, oh, does it mean this? Or does it mean this? It's kind of like, I think I use it as of like, oh, that's interesting. And then it kind of opens. It's like almost like an opener to help me access the additional information that's there. So it's never anything, it's never really anything like specific. It's just more of a, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Um, but like I forget pretty much instantaneously when I do readings. So I wouldn't be able to tell you if I, if because I want to know. Um, do do do. Do do. Nino, you're saying I've been having good vibes and seeing angel numbers a lot. Um, does it have any meaning? Here's the thing. Yes, yes, and it's the yes, and it's the meaning that it gives you that you feel with it because there's so much information out there of like, what does 1111 mean? What does 444 mean? What does 333, 555, 666, and all of the different numbers. And while that's a good reference point to be like, oh, okay, and kind of check things out and to see what resonates for you, I like to encourage people to have their own experience and discern or like feel into what it means for you. Because if you've been seeing like 444, what is that? What does 4 represent? Or when do you see it? Is there a certain point that you see it and like you were thinking a certain thought and then like, because really it's all about synchronicity, and it's about learning to tune into and to attune yourself to the subtleties. But everything in existence, everything in this world is meaningless. It's us that assigns the meaning to it, whether it's through our beliefs. That's through our beliefs, our thoughts, right? Our emotions, which is also connected to our beliefs. So I like to really encourage people to have their own experience and ask them, what does it mean to you? Because to me, that's more empowering than saying, oh, it means this. I would tell you if I was getting any information and be like, oh, I think it means this, or it might mean something related to this. But I don't get anything like that for you. It feels like to me that there's synchronicities happening and there's dots that maybe want to be connected, and you're being asked or being invited or given the opportunity to connect the dots yourself and find the meaning that it means for you. Okay, I know that's vague. I know that's vague, or that can seem vague, but that's what's coming through, and that's the only information that I can relay is the information that I receive. Um, yeah, I have to get the replay on for yesterday. I'm having I need to basically do a phone dump. I need to like create space in my memory so I can actually download it and then upload it to YouTube. So I will get that up within the next couple of days, Ash, so you can watch it. Do you hear or see who's giving the information people need? It's not unless I connect to, or not unless it's relevant. It's, to me, it's all about relevant relevancy. Is it relevant? Because if not, like, it doesn't matter, as long as the information is the information that they need, is of the highest service, is of the highest light, the highest love. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not attached in that way, if that makes sense. So I don't typically see that. I know that other people do, but my clairvoyance is secondary. So sometimes I get images and like little flashes or whatever, but my clairvoyance is secondary. My claircognizance, my clairaudience, and my clairsentience are primary. So typically I won't see. I'll more feel, hear, and just know. I don't typically see things like that unless it's relevant for whatever reason that I do. Absolutely. Absolutely, Secrets. You asked if you can book a private session with me next week. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's two options in my private readings. There's an option to do a live one-on-one session, and I think that's an hour and 15 minutes. And you can bring your questions, we can have a dialogue, and I can channel or like tap into information. And that gives you the opportunity to like ask additional questions for additional clarity, etc. And then the second option that I have is to a recording. So you could basically send me any questions that you have, and then I just tap in and then I record a whole thing for you. That ends up usually being about 45 minutes to an hour. So either way, it's definitely worth it. Okay. So those are the options that you have, and no pressure. I love it. Thanks for asking. So I've been, oh, what is the private reading availability? I'm pretty available right now. It just really depends. I don't have like a scheduler because I like to schedule with my person one-on-one, at least for now. And until I have like a more set schedule, because I don't have a set schedule right now. So I like to get with the person like, hey, what times, what days are you available? Here's when I'm feeling this would be most in alignment. So the availability is pretty open right now. All you have to do is either reach out and email me through my website, or book, or just like book. Oh, so you're a feeler and a hearer too? Me too. Yeah. Curious about my eyes? Or whose eyes? Whose eyes are we talking about? Yeah, reach out to me. You can either reach out to me through like Instagram, or the places that we can kind of like dialogue, Ash. I'd be open to dialoguing, or talking talking to you. Cool. Secrets. Thumbs up. um Yeah, absolutely. I do too. I like to go with the flow too. And I'm still learning, to be honest, how to incorporate like a schedule. You know, I've been healing pretty intensely for the last 5 years. So I'm learning how to reintegrate structure because all of that shit fell away when I had my spiritual awakening. I keep saying you keep saying that you don't have a set and you won't like a set. What am I missing something there? Can you explain? Can you explain? I don't understand. Um, yeah, yeah. I like chicken and rice. um, I love how you guys are dialoguing. Yeah, dialoguing. There's a lot of nice little communities here. I like it. I like it. You have zero idea why I said that. Why you said that? Oh, what's that schedule? I don't because I'm still learning how to incorporate. Because here's the thing. I used to be, you know, old paradigm, right? I had a job, and within that job, I found fitness, and I became a bodybuilder, and I became very, very fucking rigid. I was training. I did train to compete in a bodybuilding show in the figure division. So I was very, very structured, rigid, fucking do it, fucking go, right? Beast mode. And then I had my spinal injury, then spiritual awakening, and all of that old stuff has been falling away. And for a time, I rejected all of the routine, all of the schedule. So now I am coming back into a center point of learning, remembering how to incorporate routine, a schedule. Maybe is that something that resonates with me? Um, I'm still learning. You know, I'm fucking still learning myself. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, it does. It does. It like I was like, if I'm not a bodybuilder, who the fuck am I? What am I doing? I thought this is who I was, and it just it wasn't. It wasn't. I still love to work out. I'm still getting back into it. I've been very, very disciplined for a while now, but just not so intense and extreme like I was. Boundaries are really great, Tina. Boundaries, boundaries are an act of self love. Yeah, you have to be firm with boundaries. Yeah, Regina's got it. Regina's on fire tonight. Yep. I've never heard of that. Schizoaffective disorder? I've never heard of that. Oh, it's schizophrenia and bipolar. Wow, okay. I mean, I don't know all of the things about all of the things because I haven't. But one thing I heard and I resonate with is that, in native tribes, they used to talk about schizophrenia as, I don't quite remember, but it's something along the lines of not being fully oriented maybe here, and like this, I can't quite remember or even articulate it, but it's more about like, because we have this certain thing of like schizophrenia, you're crazy, you're hearing voices, but I think it's much more than that. I think they're people who are schizophrenic are dialed into maybe different dimensions, different realities, and just not quite fully integrated here in this body, in a way that they could still tune in, but still also be here. I don't know if that makes sense. So, but that was just like kind of my little thing on schizophrenia. But I don't know all the things, and I'm not here to say that I know all the things. And I haven't studied that from a spiritual perspective, but that was something that resonated with me when I heard. I was like, yeah, I don't like, I'm not a fan of the labels that we have, like bipolar, schizophrenia. I have all of the different things that we have because they become a box that we become locked into, and then we start to over-identify. And when we're over-identifying, we're saying, oh, this is me, when it's not. And I think there's a way to see things in a higher way, while also maybe still having the experience that you're having, not having to change it, but maybe just seeing it differently from a different perspective. I don't know. You agree with that? I agree with you about that. Oh, yeah, know my thoughts exactly. I was spiritual before that. I think I feel like it's just part of needing or maybe requiring to be more integrated. And there's parts of the spirit or the soul or the personality that need to come back. I don't know quite how to describe it, but I feel like you get what I'm talking about. I think it's just parts of us become like fragmented, and this part is over here, and this kind of like multiple personality. I can't remember what they call it anymore, but multiple personality disorder. I think that's another form of like not being fully integrated. There's splits, there's fragments in the personality that aren't fully integrated into the one being. But I don't know everything, so I'm not going to act like I do. Those are just my thoughts. Yeah, they definitely overcorrected. There's so many little labels. Yeah. And I feel like we're going here and let's make all of the labels. And I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. There's too many labels. All right, y'all. Oh, you majored in psychology. I'm gonna disagree. Oh, you're gonna disagree. That's cool. I mean, absolutely. Well, like I said, I don't know all of the things. I don't pretend to, but I think there are, and it's not black and white. So I'm not saying like that's all, but like I think there's ways to look at these things that aren't so old paradigm. I don't know. I don't know all the things. Um, yeah. Alrighty then, my loves. I think I'm gonna go. Thank y'all for hanging out. And I'll probably be on tomorrow again, tomorrow night. again after I wake up. And thank y'all for hanging out. I love you. Funny you mentioned 444 earlier because I looked at the clock at 444. Oh, nice. Absolutely. Thank y'all for hanging out. If anybody wants to learn more about me or book with me or whatever, all of my links are there. So thank y'all for hanging out. And what time zone? I'm mountain time zone. I'm in the middle. Yeah, absolutely, Regina. I look forward to hearing from you if you have anything else. Yeah, mentorship might be coming. Oh, you're on the East Coast, so you're already ready to get up. Yeah, it was great to have you here, Amy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all y'all. So I will see y'all later, and have a great night. The replay will be on within a couple of days. Love you guys. No problem, Tina. We love you.